Another day of protest at the University of Texas, but this time there was no clash with DPS troopers or police. Meanwhile, the Travis County District Attorney dropped charges against many of the 50-plus protesters arrested yesterday. Fox 4 Sean Rabb in studio with the latest. Sean.
And Clarice, many voices weighing in on what we saw yesterday, from elected voices like Senator Ted Cruz denouncing the demonstrations and protesters to the ACLU threatening lawsuits. So we ask a First Amendment expert to explain the three-lane intersection of peaceful public protest, policy restrictions, and police response.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Voices raised in chants. The second day of protest at UT Austin. A number of different groups, some with their own agendas, including some university staff. Stewing at how the university and law enforcement responded to protest over the Israel-Hamas war Wednesday. Some faculty members now seeking a recall vote of University President Jay Hartzell. Upwards of 50 people arrested, including a photographer at our sister station, KTBC Fox 7 in Austin. He was released from jail Thursday morning, as were many others arrested for criminal trespass Wednesday.
I feel particularly pained by the arrest of photographers.
Thomas Leatherberry is director of the First Amendment Clinic at SMU. He says journalists should not be jailed for covering public demonstrations.
They're not protesting, they're covering the protest. I wouldn't be surprised if they caught footage of a disproportionate police response, and that's why they were arrested.
Governor Abbott tweeting Wednesday in defense of his decision to send DPS officers to the campus, saying, students joining in hate-filled anti-Semitic protest at any public college or university in Texas should be expelled. The UT president also defending the use of law enforcement against protest groups he said tried to deliver on their stated intent to occupy campus. But Thursday, the Travis County District Attorney dropped all charges against the Fox 7 photographer and others. Writing, we individually reviewed each case that was presented and agreed with defense counsel there were deficiencies in the probable cause affidavits. The court affirmed and ordered the release of those individuals.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's what District Attorney Creuzot did to the vast majority, if not all, of the criminal charges that were filed against protesters in Dallas after the murder of George Floyd. And I think that's the right thing to do, unless you have specific evidence that an individual was engaging in violent conduct. Err on the side of protecting protest, and certainly err on the side of protecting peaceful protest.
Colleges and universities do have the right to set reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions on peaceful public protest, and state officials can enforce criminal laws if the laws are applicable.
It's going to be a real fact-intensive exercise to see, was the police response disproportionate to what was going on? Or was there unprotected speech that was happening? For example, was it peaceful, or were there true threats to Jewish students, for example, or true threats to pro-Palestinian students?
So was there probable cause to arrest? Did the protest morph into something more than hate speech, which, like it or not, in these United States, protected under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution? The photographer at our sister station, he now has outside private counsel, and on advice of that counsel, did not talk about his arrest and night in jail.